Hello, everyone, and a warm welcome to you. This is the Super Eagles Watch podcast powered by HotSports, the official video partners of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Victor Godfrey here in the company of the icon, I call him. We have Tony Bitoya, and today we shall be breaking down and dissecting all things Super Eagles. Sir, we had a fantastic weekend for Super Eagles players plying their trade in Europe and also in Africa.
Absolutely, it was a great weekend. Of course, I will be taking a trip from Germany to England, to Belgium,
to South Africa.
Come to Africa, to South Africa. It was a good weekend, as you said. It was a fantastic weekend for some of our players, and we hope that they carry on with this good form. But once again, I'm happy to also be in the company of greatness.
Oh my goodness! I think it's about time we should settle this once and for all. Icon, normal guy. Icon, normal guy. Okay, let's talk about icons as well. We can say Tella, Nathan Tella, and Victor Boniface.
Victor.
My namesake. Again, Victor's. We just call people like that. They have done what many have thought to be impossible. Dethroning the German, let's say, dominant force, Bayern Munich, 11-time champions consecutively, and they won the Bundesliga over the weekend. So big shout out to, of course, Victor Boniface and Nathan Tella, at Bayer Leverkusen. Victor also got a goal from the penalty spot.
Opened the floodgates.
So, but your thoughts on what was a season that, to be honest, because people don't realize this, that's Victor's first time in the German league and also in Bayer Leverkusen.
Absolutely. Last season, it was about another Victor, Osimhen achieving something remarkable for Napoli.
Yeah.
Now it's another Victor Boniface achieving something historic and hugely significant for Bayer Leverkusen. And this is his first full season in such a top flight league. Remarkable achievement, and how fitting it was that he opened the floodgates on the day. I mean, everybody around that city had gathered together expecting that the win was going to guarantee the trophy, and they did it in grand style. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goals.
Five goals against Werder
Bremen. He opened the floodgate, and I think along the line he provided 1 assist, and it was a triumphant performance. Not just for Victor Boniface, but for Nathan Tella, the young Nigerian who's also played on loan in different parts of Europe, and then coming to Bayer Leverkusen to find a home. Remarkable achievement for the Nigerians, for their coach, particularly Xabi Alonso, who joined the club when they were almost down and out.
They were in 17th place as of October 2022 when he joined.
They were down and almost out.
Yeah, almost in the relegation zone.
Yeah, and he revived the club, and look at what the achievement has been like for Bayer Leverkusen. A club that doesn't have the budget of the Dortmunds, of the Bayern Munich of this world, achieving such a remarkable achievement. So once again, congratulations to Nigeria, the duo of Victor Boniface and Nathan Tella. There are other African guys in that club, from Burkina Faso, I think, from Cote d'Ivoire, from Morocco. Xabi Alonso, and I really enjoyed those videos of how they were dancing and singing, Nigerian vibes in the dressing room. So now I understand where that energy came from. It must be the Nigerian vibes that propelled this team into achieving such a performance.
Now it's 1 down, 2 to go potentially for Bayer Leverkusen. They are still in the Europa League very firmly, with that victory over West Ham from the first leg 2-0.
Yeah.
Victor Boniface also got on the score sheet, and then they also have the DFB Pokal, which is the version of the FA Cup in Germany. So they could actually go home with a treble this season.
Absolutely. The treble is very possible, but the comforting thing is that there is one big trophy already in the bag.
The biggest, actually.
So there's not too much pressure on them. They have the biggest one in the bag. They can go for the other ones relaxed, still fired up with belief that, look, if we could do this, beating giants in the process, we could go all the way. Okay. And that will be some story.
It will be some story for especially the Nigerian contingents. Now let's switch from Germany to England, and we had some interesting news in terms of returns. Ola Aina is back from injury.
Good news
for Forest. We also had Nigerian contingents like Iwobi with that beautiful assist.
Assist master
for Pereira for the goal and the victory over West Ham. So it was a good weekend in England as well for Nigerian players as well.
Yeah,
Onyedika.
I want to start with Frank Onyeka.
Yeah, you go.
The tank, as we call him in Nigeria, had an amazing tournament that brought out the other side of his game for us at the Nations Cup. Workaholic, very disciplined, gives 100%. Gets into attacking position. So it wasn't a surprise that he got into that attacking position to seal victory for Brentford. And he's the relegation worries. for the club. And I'm happy that he's coming into his own. This is the first of what I believe will be many of such goals in the EPL and also for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So it was a good weekend, really good weekend for Frank. We want to urge him to keep going forward, keep pushing forward, and try to get on the score sheet once in a while. Now, more regularly, more often.
From smiles to a bit of a serious face now, because individually Osimhen will be buzzing, but as a collective and as a team for Napoli, it has been one of the worst defenses of a title we've seen in recent times. He got a goal for Napoli in their 2-2 draw over the weekend, and it wasn't enough. But you can tell that Osimhen gives 110%. In fact, the week before now, he had a header that he almost broke his neck in the process.
His jump was was on the front pages of many newspapers in Italy and in Europe.
In Europe,
was a leap and terrific leap.
So he scored again over the weekend, but his team. Many people are saying that potentially he could go to PSG, go to Chelsea, but as of now, Osimhen doesn't look like a happy player. Even though he gives his all, you could just sense that something is off with him in Napoli.
Yeah, I think since the time that he had that issue
with the social media
post,
it's
not really look like a happy guy. But one thing is sure, I think he's had enough time. He's had his time at Napoli. I'm sure he will be moving on. That is what we are sure about. Where he will be going, we are not very sure. But in spite of the fact that he knows that he's leaving at the end of the season, he still keeps fighting, pushing, scoring, taking risks, try to get on the score sheet for his club, try to push them and pull them out of where they are and try to make them compete again and contest for the title. He's such an amazing guy. I mean, he loves to score goals, and I'm happy that he got on the score sheet again, although not enough, but he keeps doing his own beat. I mean, when you are in this kind of situation, you just do your own beat and let the others do theirs. And his own beat is to get goals, and he keeps getting the goals, keeps giving the assist, keeps punishing the opposing defenses. The others should also come through and
do their own bit as well. Now, of course, we're going to stop talking about strikers now. Let's go back to South Africa and talk about the goalkeepers. A few episodes back, we spoke about the best goalkeeper in Nigerian football history. We spoke about our current set of goalkeepers.
You were asking me if I want this guy to stay or I want... Maduka had a good game for it.
Yeah,
until the game was stopped.
Yes.
For Udinese.
Yes, he did. It was a 1-1, or was stopped at 1-1 before the injury that caused the game to be suspended. Yeah. So now, but it's not really about Maduka. I'm talking about Nwabali, our current number one, who showing like a billion stars at the Nations Cup. He made a penalty save, so I think he has a thing with making saves against South Africans.
He's a good penalty stopper. Even when he was on the domestic league, he was very good with stopping penalties. So that's why a lot of people were not too worried when our game against South Africa was dragging into penalties. They knew.
But the South Africans were very confident.
They were very confident. Nwabali had saved about 6 or 7 penalties in the South African league since he joined. So he's a good penalty and he has a good frame.
He does have
he's a fantastic goalkeeper, a good shot stopper, good penalty guy. He's very good with penalties. So I'm happy for him that he has not stopped from what he did at the Nations Cup. He's carried that good form into Chippa United in the Nedbank Cup game, saving a penalty, and keeps his club. Keep going in the competition, and it's good for him. And he also helps the national team.
He does.
When the other goalkeepers are reading about their exploits, the exploits of the other goalkeeper, it fires you up. That look, I also have to step up. So it's good for us. I'm happy that we're beginning to have a good crop of goalkeepers doing so well.
It's amazing though. To be honest, and you're aware of this. A few months ago actually, there was this subdued feeling that the weakest department in the Super Eagles was the goalkeeping department.
We didn't have anybody.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, wow. And this is all due respect to Francis Uzo, who was the established number one at the time. But there was not much confidence in his ability to really take the Super Eagles to the next level, even though he will forever
his confidence had dropped, and performances had dropped at the same time.
And even though he will forever have that distinction of being the youngest goalkeeper at the World Cup for Nigeria, but again, we were worried. Even when Stan and Nwabali was in goal for the very first game, we were like, oh my God, why didn't you just put Uzo instead? I remember...
we know. You know that adage.
Yes, but all of a sudden, we've had a resurgence for Maduka Okoye now in Italy, Stan Nwabali doing wonders in South Africa, and in a general sense of things, the Super Eagles right now in Europe, especially this final run into the end of the season, everybody seems to be in fantastic form, which leads the question, how can we harness this to help us against Benin Republic and South Africa in our upcoming World Cup qualifiers.
I need to also mention Rafael Onyedika.
Oh yeah, in Belgium, yes.
In Belgium, he's also doing so well. I mean, I'm happy for him. He's a defensive player, but he's getting goals. So it also tells me that, look, we have more goals in our team than maybe we understand or know that we do. I'm happy that Onyedika is scored again for his club in the Belgian league. Onyeka scored as well. Ndidi plays in an attacking position, so we are now having a lot of options.
The dynamic in the middle.
So
the question is, how can we harness this? So we need to harness this. We have to harness it.
Victor, the first assignment that we have to do right now is act on what Kenneth Omero talked about,
which is
sort out the coaching situation of the Super Eagles as quickly as possible. Sort it out, and as we said on this program a few weeks ago, sort it out and begin to make plans immediately for those two games. The support structure around the coaches that you're going to employ, that's going to be in charge, the scouting of the opposition, of your opposing players, of their tactics, of their coaches, of whatever they will bring to the party, should start like yesterday. We don't have the time. So the next assignment for us, before we can begin to answer the questions that you've posed, and for even the comments that will be coming in around it, is sort out the coaching situation around the Super Eagles.
And the team spirit is good. We just hope to continue that way and see how we can win our games. So the next match is an opportunity for us to still continue, in the process.
Because football is about moments. It's a very rare occasion whereby you have about 80% of your team, first team players, all in fantastic form in various parts of Europe and Africa. We need to capitalize on this. We don't want to have injuries or deep in forms and then we expect them to do wonders and magic against the South Africans or the Benin Republic. So how do we and how quickly can we stop this hassle? Who is in charge of this? The NFF, the technical committee, what is holding everybody back from getting us a recognized manager? We are less than 2 months away from these games. June is literally around the corner.
Well, I heard from the grapevine that the technical committee of the Nigeria Football Federation will be meeting this week, maybe on Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't know when exactly they will meet. And I think top on the agenda will be the issue of the Super Eagles coach. Last week they announced the coach of the under-17. They need to do the same for the Super Eagles, because at this point of the season, when there's a coach in place, what the coach does is go around to psych up his players and begin to tune their minds towards those games in June.
Yes.
Go around and tell them, boy, this game is important. Be thinking about this game with one side of your head. The season is coming to an end. You will be on break. So just know that it's an extension of the season. Don't go on holidays yet.
Yeah.
Let's finish this job. After the games are done, you can travel and enjoy yourself. So this is the time that the coach goes around to psych up these players and talk to some of the key ones that you believe you will need for these games and prop them up for those crucial games that will be coming up in June. So I hope that the Nigeria Football Federation can sort these things out very quickly, and then we are able to go on. So this is the time that the coach, as I said earlier on, will be going around to be talking to the players, meeting them and planning and strategizing that, look, immediately your season is over, please come to camp, let's deal with these two games. We had a poor start, a draw in the first game, a draw in the second game, so we need to win these next two games, and then you put all those plans together. So the NFF must, like yesterday, announce who the new manager is, put plans in place, and let's begin to look forward to the next games.
Well, as much as we are looking forward to having the new manager of the Super Eagles announced, we also want to say a very big congratulations to every single player that represents the green and white of Nigeria that had a great weekend, especially those in Germany. But Victor Boniface and Nathan Tella, congrats on being the new champions of Germany, new champions of the Bundesliga for the very first time in the history of the club. Now remember, all our conversations doesn't have to end on this episode. We can continue this conversation on social media, X, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Follow and subscribe, and let's know your thoughts. We do have these two games coming up, all important for our hopes to being at the World Cup in Mexico, USA, and of course Canada. Let's hope that we do get there. Thank you so much, sir, for being a part of our podcast today.
Thank you once again for the opportunity, Victor Godfrey.
It's the icon in the house.
I am so happy to be in the presence of greatness.
The icon in the house.
VG.
The name is Victor Godfrey. Until next time, be good, be safe, keep supporting the Super Eagles, and it's bye from us and bye for now.